Well, Hellfire, it is Rock the Riff, and we are diving into another Metalhead Envy. And once again, I'm just going through YouTube and looking at the suggestions, and never heard of famous last words, and so let's dive on in.
I've always known I am a guardian of moments of truth, shivered undeniable proof. How is Leviathan from me and my youth, for treading its own to kill. Committing evidence, counter the trend, reality run to the stakes. The end is evidence, the raven it flies to see what it seeks. Nothing is left, expired the kiss from innocent. Version of truth, still even real, until it's revealed, the fate is concealed.
So, oh man, just from what I heard, that little last note before I paused, are we gonna be a metal act that goes from sounding fucking brutal and evil to very poppy vocals? Oh man. uh to each his own, and I know there's a lot of people in the metal community that love this style. I'm not the biggest fan of it unless it's done a particular way. Like I think Vela Maya, they do it really good. I prefer to stay evil or sing really good. I don't know how do I word this? I feel like some dudes put this little extra bit of phrasing on their cleans that is kind of weird. The best example I can give is Spencer from Periphery. I think he puts this little bit of extra flair on there, but then again, it's just part of his singing style. But it took me years to really get past that little bit, and now I really dig his recorded vocals. And so I did want to pause for a second just to say I really dig the whole fast rapping, screaming. That's like one of my favorite things that I hear nowadays. The guy for Archspire is number one. I mean, their new album that just released is a fucking magnus opus. Damn, that album is so good. But let's keep going with In the Blink of an Eye.
I have seen the colors turn to gray. A fate you can't escape. The accent on display. All of the boundaries will bring nothing left in us. We can will erase. And living as we stand in the rest of all that we understand to exist will be reclaimed.
Yeah, that shit is fucking heavy. The darker parts of this track so far are super good. I like the riffs. The riffs are tight. The drums are tight. Everything is tight. I just don't know about that chorus. I mean, maybe am I weird? Leave a comment telling me that. Yeah, I'm fucking weird, and that's cool. That's the cool thing nowadays. I don't know. It's just, hmm, I need to shut my mouth. Like, I understand high vocals for a dude, but I've heard so many dudes get high and still sound like a dude. Uh, the guy from Tesseract, Daniel Tompkins, sings really high notes, man, but still sounds like a man. And that chorus line just sounds so overproduced and fake. Oh man, I really am being negative, and I hate to be super negative, but the riffs and everything are super tight on this track. I like the music a lot. It's kind of fucked up, but that chorus has just got me so far out of this track that I hadn't even paid one bit of attention to what the hell's going on in this music video.
Pulling the string, breaking the seam, ripping the page, burning away, harder to breathe. Drowning in deep as the sea. When the world painted black, there's nothing left to see.
So, from the gist of what I just saw there, is it a dude that's taking pictures of New York? I mean, he's in his, what do they call it, dark room? What in the hell is going on? Are you having a panic attack? Is that it? Okay. So, famous last words in the blink of an eye. I think the verses, all the darker sections of this track were really good. I mean, the the metal scene right now has a dime a dozen of these guys, but at the same time, I can always hear. I mean, the guitars are tight, the drums are tight. It's super produced. Like I didn't really hear any air in it. Uh, but that chorus, man, that chorus is just not appealing for me. And I'm not trying to say. I mean, I do sound negative. I sound like an asshole towards these dudes. Famous last words. If you ever see this reaction, man, I'm not trying to pick a fight or be an asshole to you. I just don't think that chorus sounded really good. I think it sounded like you were super produced and Melodyne was taking over half your fucking notes. Like I really heard it in that scene. Like, oh god, I can't even imitate it. Like, I've that's just me being stupid. But I don't know, man. Judging from this track alone, I don't really want to dive more into famous last words. But who knows? Maybe anybody that sees this knows a really good song from them. Leave it in the comments, and I'll try to give it another chance. But as it sits now, this is not for me. Now I'm not saying it's shitty music. It's just not for my ears. I prefer. I don't know, man. It's funny because I like a lot of pop, and I like a lot of more corny style vocals, and I just don't think this one worked personally. But yeah, now that I've done talked all this shit, let me tell you to stay positive, stay rocking. I'm out.